Meet Taylor, a 25-year-old single mother of an amazing 8-year-old son, Domenic. Like most mothers, Taylor loves her son and wants the best for him. But it's only in recent months that she's come to believe she can really make that happen. Taylor was raised in a violent home with alcoholic and drug-addicted parents and grandparents. She took her first drink at 9 years old. A competitive cheerleader, Taylor suffered an injury and was prescribed opiate medications for years. This triggered her later heroin addiction. Over time, she veered between rehab attempts and using, ending up in a homeless camp while her mother raised Taylor's young son. Taylor heard about Amethyst from fellow prisoners during one of her jail sentences. After years of being in a dark place, in March 2019, she decided to join the Amethyst Recovery Program. She knocked on our doors at 455 East Mound Street in downtown Columbus.
My father was really abusive. I learned at a young age how to put knives in the door so he couldn't get to me. And me and my siblings always had an escape route and a backpack to leave the situation. I was 24. I never planned to live past 25. I never thought I'd have that birthday. And I was homeless. In those last 3 months, I'd overdosed 16 times. And I normally used alone. But God found a way to have somebody be there and find me and Narcan me 16 out of 16 times. I tried short-term treatment, and that was never long enough for me. I needed somewhere where I could let down all of this garbage and figure out how to put my life back together without the restraints of figuring out my basic needs. How am I going to feed myself? How am I going to clothe myself? How am I going to pay rent? I needed that time to figure out what was even going on with me without the worry of my needs.
The Amethyst program that Taylor is participating in provides clients with an individualized, holistic approach to their recovery based on personal goals, self-care, and trauma therapy. Taylor has access to full-time medical staff. She has been living a sober life, caring for herself and her son. Every day she makes it her goal to show him that it's possible to break the cycle of trauma and addiction.
I have him in counseling, and I get counseling, and he listens to me. He listens to my conversations, and all of a sudden the same things that I'm saying, he's applying at his conversations with his friends. It was so cute. The other day he was like, "You're being toxic and I'm gonna block you." And that would be something I would say today. I was like, I can't let toxic people be in my life because I don't have room for it, you know? And there's moments where it's really hard. He reminds me how horrible I was and how I wasn't there and how it hurt his feelings. But today we get to plan, where are we gonna live next? And are we gonna get a dog? Do we want hamsters? What side of town do we want to live in? Do we want to go to the country? Those are what we get to think about today. And it's really fun to just imagine.
These days, Taylor takes great pride in giving back to her community. During the onset of the pandemic, she built and led an online AA group that has had hundreds of supporters. Taylor uses poetry to express herself and to process her journey. She wants to tell her story as a survivor, hoping it can inspire others who have had similar struggles.